Howdy folks, welcome again to another episode. It's all about racing. Today we're going to take a closer look at a 1/64 scale Tarmac Works Hobby Mercedes AMG. This is a rather unique car with a livery that I just think is absolutely cool. It's got this electric uh, look on a black and green car. Very, very neat. Kind of unusual. I have a hard time figuring out, but I do like it. This being a Tarmac work car, you know, if you watch my videos, these are my favorite of the 1/64. Why I like Tarmac work? Three reasons. One, you get a really cool looking box. This one that has a color that matches that of the livery. It has a picture of the car on the back of it. Pretty cool, I think. Open sides and rears so you can look at the car, whether the box is on it or not. And the interior of the box also illustrates the theme. You can kind of see that lightning theme on the interior of the back of the box there. Now, when you take the box off, you are left with a really neat car with a jewel case and a base that are very, very unique. I absolutely love the base on this car. You take a look at it, it is just absolutely stunning. And these cars are also limited edition. You also get a Tarmac Works limited edition. I guess you could call it an owner's card. It lets you know that you have a limited edition car, in this case, number 364 out of, I don't know, maybe 9,999 cars. And folks, let me tell you, if you've made 9,999 cars, to me, that's not a limited edition car. Most cars in 143 scale, those that I collect the most of, if it's a limited edition car, the most I have are like 2,200, some less than 800, 600, 500, and 400, and 300, not 10,000. I mean, that is a lot of cars. Anyhow, doesn't take away from it. I would buy the car regardless, there's 10,000 of them or not. Let me go ahead and pull the jewel case off of this real quick. Sorry about that, folks. I've had problems with the video cutting on and off. If I pause it and then it doesn't save it, and I have to do this 10 times, 10 takes, so I do apologize for that. But anyhow, here's a closer look at it. As you can see, it's a nicely detailed car. Again, I can't tell you how much I just love the base. I mean, that base makes the car. It is so cool. It's informative. It tells you you've got a Mercedes AMG GT3 car that won the FIA GT World Cup in 2019. And if you're familiar with Raffaele Marciello, he's an Italian driver that is a factory works driver for Mercedes AMG, and he is one of the best in the business. This is a series where it's single drivers, they compete in it, and he won it. One thing that's kind of unusual about these cars that race in this World Challenge Series, particularly in the Asian portion of it, is you don't have big old numbers on the hood of the car. You've got the number 999 on the windshield banner. You do have it on the top of the car. You can see it there. You've got it on the rear deck lid of it. And you have it on the back, but there's no big number panel on the hood of the car or the side of the car, respectively, just that you see there. But the finish of this car is just absolutely beautiful. The details are exceptional. As you expect with Tarmac Works, you get nicely done wheels, Pirelli P0 tires, brake rotors, the whole package. Really, really nicely done. You get an antenna on the front of it. This car does not have tow hooks on the front or rear, and that is somewhat unusual. But nevertheless, it doesn't take away from the car, I don't think. You get fairly nice interior detail. It's kind of hard to see in the cabin, particularly in 1/64 scale, but you can see some of the framework and the fuel tank there. On the rear of the car, you've got this massive AMG Wing, which is really neat. And you have the taillights that are typical of the Mercedes AMG. They're nicely done in plastic. Rear vents, clearly inlaid plastic, not painted. And that massive rear diffuser that blends nicely into the body of the Mercedes AMG car. And then again, look at that base. I mean, a lot of times this is all about presentation, and these bases on these cars are just absolutely exceptional. I love them. I swear to God, if they weren't so small, if I didn't have so darn many of them, I'd keep them on the bases, but I do put them in a display case because I've just got like 60 of them, and it's way too many, with the small size that they are, to just stack box on top of box on top of box. But anyhow, that is a nice close look at this Mercedes AMG car. courtesy of the folks at Tarmac Works. Hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have liked it, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. See ya.